Hey guys, in today's video, I'll be sharing some of Kieran and I's adventures from our travels at the end of 2019. Hope you enjoy. Of all the countries we plan on visiting, Egypt was the one to look forward to the most. Growing up, my first introduction to the country was during Indiana Jones' Raiders of the Lost Ark. At the time, it was the action and thrill of discovering something so incredible that hooked me. So much so that in the past, when asked if you could live and work anywhere in the world during any period in history, where would that be and why? I most often responded with ancient Egypt as a merchant. Something about bringing beautiful spices, textiles, and art to bazaars along the Nile River fills my heart with adventure. Among the many places we visited, the temples ranked amongst our favorite. These structures had a definitively ancient aura to them. Walking along the stone paths and in between the incredibly tall columns, you get a sense of what it would have been like to live in this part of the world so many millennia ago. While walking these places, Kieran and I found ourselves in awe of what we saw, and it definitely showed on our faces. Luckily, the same expression was worn by just about every other person there. But the big one for us were the pyramids. This is what we were looking forward to the most. The incredible structures that filled our history books and minds. We were going to see them in person. I was so excited at the thought that I even dreamt about them prior. The ride up to them was filled with a wonderful excitement, like a kid on Christmas morning. We saw them over the dunes as soon as we started out, and had them in our view the entire journey. The pyramids are impressive from far away, but that quickly evolves once you get closer. You get a chance to see just how large each of the stones used to construct them are. I remember their size really making an impression after checking how long it took for us to ride around them. Going through the footage, I am reminded of my thoughts at that moment. I thought about the people that saw them for the first time, before there was social media, before there was film, before pictures. I bet they were amazed. In between the sightseeing, we also had the new decade to celebrate. Long before we planned the trip and bought the tickets, I really wanted to bring in 2020 under the Saharan night sky. So when the time came to make plans, it was a no-brainer. We got in contact with a native Bedouin guide named Hamida, and he and his team took us out into the desert. We had an incredible time exploring the endless sand and dunes in off-roading vehicles fit for the most adventurous movie scenes. As light turned to dark, we found a place to settle down for the evening and brought in the new decade with song and dance thousands of years in the making. Egypt was a wonderful leg in our travels. There were points that were a little hairy, but ultimately it was fantastic, and I still cannot believe we were there in person.